Welcome to the Unesh value train, where you are encouraged to follow your dreams, whatever those are. As far as opening hand goes, yeah, if we had one more land, I would keep on this one. Let's go to mulligan. Good thing is we're playing mono blue. Yeah, I guess we'll make it work. We'll keep. It gives we have enough mana for Unesh, and then we'll be online for Temple of the False God. Burnished Heart. Yeah, why not? We'll go and put you on top. We'll get some good lands going. We're on the play. We'll get the land down. We're a little far away from Blue Devotion with Nithkos, but we'll have some fun today. It's going to get the island down. Anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn. We're playing Unesh, Value Train. Driver of the Value Train, flying. Sphinx spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. Whenever Unesh or another Sphinx enters the battlefield under your control. Baby Factor Fiction for 4 cards. Opponent separates those in 2 piles. We put 1 pile in our hand and the other pile into the graveyard. Let's go and get the island down, and then we're going to go and pass the turn. Playing against Inalla, Archmage Ritualist. First time we get to play against Inalla, so it should be pretty fun. Imminence, whenever another non-token wizard enters the battlefield. If enters the battlefield under your control, if Inalla is in the command zone or on the battlefield, pay 1. If you do, create a token that's a copy of that wizard. Gains haste, exile at the beginning of the next end step. Tap 5, untap wizards you control. Target player loses 7 life. Love the card. First time playing against it. Should be a lot of fun. Let's go and get the island down. I guess at this point, do we want to go for Burnished Heart? Yeah, we'll go and pass the turn. I like leaving up Counterspell in this particular matchup. If we can kind of catch maybe a good creature out of our opponent's hand, then we'll be in a good spot to kind of go from there. But yes, welcome to the Unesh Value Train, where, like I said at the beginning of the video, you're encouraged to follow your dreams. That's what Unesh does. He wanted to be a space train driver. He followed his dreams, and look at him now. He's driving a space train. Anything's possible, really, here on Unesh Value Train. And then once again, we'd like to thank you for flying Unesh. You know, there's a lot of dream trains out there that you could be flying into space. And Unesh and I certainly do appreciate the business of you deciding to ride on our carrier today. Let's go and get the island down. Let's go and go for the Burnished Heart. Yeah, we'll go and leave up Counterspell. I'm okay with that. We've got Shrine. We've got Temple of the False God. We'll see if we can't catch something. We do have Rite of Replication. And we're getting into the spot where we do have enough mana to get that down. At least pay for the kicker cost. So if our opponent gets something kind of cool out there, let's go and keep that in mind. We'll definitely go for that. But yes, as far as Unesh goes, if this is your first time riding on the Unesh Value Train, welcome. Make sure you're buckled in. He's not that good of a driver. The Sphinxes lack, the dexterity of opposable thumbs sometimes to grip the steering wheel. But the main thing is he enjoys driving fast, so that's kind of what we're going for. But mainly, it's just Sphinx Tribal, getting it down, getting those Factor Fictions going. There's a lot of times where we just get straight value across the board, and feels good. Let's go for Temple of the False God. Let's go ahead and go for that Burnished Heart. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Let's get on Burnished Heart. We're going to crack that, get 2 lands on the battlefield, and we'll be to go next turn. We still have Counterspell back up. I did make a few changes to the deck, and in fact, we have a new Sphinx in our hand. It may not look like a Sphinx, kind of looks like a blob, but that is a Sphinx, I promise. It's every creature type. It's a Changeling. A Meatboy Changeling. But yeah, basically, it's just Sphinx spells you cast cost 2 less to cast, and you can Factor Fiction for 4 for 1 mana. Ooh, yes. So, whoever suggested that, thank you very much. I added 2 of those to the deck. Not 2 of them, but added the Meatboy Changeling and also added Shapesharer, which is basically the same thing. It's converted mana cost 2. So for 1 blue mana, we can get that down and kind of go from there. All right, let's go and crack the Burnished Heart. Get those lands on the battlefield, and then we'll get Unesh going. Looks like we might be Ashnod's Altar. Okay, that's fine. Get that down. Don't have to worry about that too much. Let's go and go for the Burnished Heart crack. It's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Get those 2 lands going. We'll be able to get the Shrine down next turn. 1, 2. There we go. So we're looking at 6. We're going to have 8 total mana, 9 with the Shrine. So it's pretty good. Not too bad for mono blue. And let's see what we draw into. Draw into Sphinx of Ut-Hun. Okay. Let's go to get the Shrine down. Yeah, let's go for Unesh. I like going for that. Let's go for Unesh. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Tap out for 1, 2, and then we still have Counterspell back up. So if our opponent is leaving up Counterspell, at least we still have our own Counterspell to kind of stop that to get Unesh on the battlefield. And then we can start going hog wild with some good Sphinxes going. Oh, yes. All right, see our opponents want to split this up. And this is pretty much what we're doing with Unesh. Just get down a bunch of mana rocks and then start casting a bunch of value and just finding some value. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I kind of like pile 2. Let's go with pile 2. All right, we're going to get that into the hand, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to go and pass the turn. Opponents get to the spots where they're going to get their commander down. We have Counterspell, been holding on to the whole game. We can wait on the Changeling. And that's the good thing about this deck is it's not really a draw 2 card. Yeah, Go for it. The thing about this deck is that it's not really a pretty much a reactive deck. You know, we're just waiting to get down Unesh, and if we can get in a spot where once we get down Unesh and start just rolling our Sphinxes out and start going from there. Now, when you do get stuff down like Sphinx of Hun, enters the battlefield, you get double factor fiction. Basically, look at the top 9 cards of your library. Love it. But we'll be getting those down next turn, and then once we get those down, we'll have some really good devotion going too. Okay, let's go and push in with well. I think we may do this main phase just to begin with. I kind of like that. If we swing in, our opponent might have something to be able to bounce him back to the hand. Drawn to Sphinx Ambassador. Okay, let's go ahead and go for that. Let's go for the Sphinx Ambassador. It's going to be 5 total mana that we're going to be able to get down. Do you want to get the Sapphire Medallion down first? Let's do that. Temple of the False God, Sapphire Medallion. That way we can get some good devotion going. And sometimes you can just get some value scoops from your opponent. So we're going to go for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2. All right, get down the Sphinx, and then we're going to be able to see if this finally draws out a counterspell. If it does, counterspell, yeah, that's a-okay with us. All right, we're going to lose the Sphinx, and then we're just going to go ahead and push in with the Unesh, get that commander damage rolling, and then once again leaving up counterspell on our end. All right, push in for 4. They might be in a spot where our opponent's just, I don't know, what they're waiting on to get their commander down. But we do get in the spot to where I don't know if we have any wizard. Technically we have a wizard in the hand with a changeling, so we can get the ritualist down and get some. Yeah, so if we make a copy of the ritualist with Rite of Replication, we get that down, get down the changeling, make another copy of it. It's going to be a wizard and a Sphinx at the same time. Vandal Blast on Sapphire Medallion. Okay, that's fine. We're okay with that. Yeah, if we go Rite of Replication, we'll get that additional bonus from a wizard entering the battlefield, paying 1 to make a copy of it, and then it'll be an extra trigger. Yes, I like it. I like it a lot. But it also, you know, we could go for Rite of Replication on one of our Sphinxes. You know, it's like Sphinx of Hun. That would be a lot of value. But, you know, sometimes Commander's about having some fun, so we may end up going for that. Opponent's going to go for Bribery. Yeah, let's go and go for Counterspell on that one. I'm glad we waited on that one, because there's some pretty good creatures that can get down that would really stop us from getting Unesh going. So that's I'm glad that happened. But the main thing is our opponent is shields down right now, so we're going to be able to get some good value going. Okay, draw into Island. And in fact, just in case we draw into something really good, we're going to go and do all of this main phase. Let's go ahead and go for the Changeling. It's going to be 1 blue mana. Start working towards our devotion. Enters the battlefield. Look at the top 4 cards of our library. We're about to make sure you got your seatbelt. If you are on the Unesh value train, make sure you buckle your seatbelt. We have some incoming value. Let's go and take the Master of Predicaments. Yeah, that goes into the hand. Let's go and go for the High Arbiter. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the good thing about Shrine is you get some good devotion going. You start getting some good creatures on the battlefield. All right. And then we're going to go and get rid of the Go for the Throat. Enters the battlefield. You choose a card and build that way. We're going to go for the Throat. All right. Get that value going off the Unesh. Oh, yes. And then Arcane. And this is the other good thing about it is you just you just get into just feels dirty sometimes. Feels good, though. Arcane Denial. Do we want Arcane Denial? We know what's in their hand. They just have the Chemister. Let's just go and grab pile 1. All right, let's go ahead and go for, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 total devotion. Add devotion blue. That's going to be 1, 2. And let's go ahead and go for the Sphinx of Hun. Have that enter the battlefield, get another Factor Fiction going from Unesh. And then, props to our opponent for letting us get all these triggers on the battlefield. Sometimes it's just like, you get some quick scoops where they're just like, this is BS. Because it is sometimes. I think we're going to go grab the Shackles. Actually, I like pile 2. We're getting some good hard counters in there. And then we get the Sphinx counter coming down 2 for 4. Commandeer, yeah, we're pretty much going to take Commandeer because it's going to allow us to gain control of target non-creature spell. Get to choose new copies for it. And then everything, just pretty much anything is gravy. There we go. See, our opponent wants to split it up. We're going to choose pile 1. It's good, and Commandeer is a wonderful card for the deck. It allows us to really get some good extra value out of our spells. All right, let's go and push him with Unesh at this point right now. Pushing him for 4. This is going to be 8 total commander damage. Going to put our opponent down to 23. All right, and then anything else? We do have High Tide to go for if we wanted to get some more stuff going. I don't think we want to do that. I don't want to overextend into a board wipe. All right, opponent's going to scoop it up. I'm going to go and post this one up too because, hey, value wins on the Unesh value train do happen sometimes. So you can really see how getting down the Amiibo Changeling, simply tapping out for blue mana to get a Factor Fiction is really good. Now, let's say that we had gone for the High Tide until end of turn. Whenever they tap for mana, oh, that wouldn't have gone. We'd have to wait until next turn. But we get into a goofy spot to where we could have gone for Rite of Replication. And then once you start chaining all these Sphinxes together, you get the stuff like Shrine going. You just end up with a ton of mana. We had Commandeer in the hand. That way, if they do draw into some sort of another spot removal or something, we kind of get that going. And then once you kind of get established with the Sphinxes, then you start grabbing some of your counter spells, hard counter spells, to really kind of get that protection on the battlefield. But that's pretty much what the Unesh value train is designed to do. And I'd like to thank all of you for flying on the Unesh value train today. Once again, I know there's a lot of different carriers out there that you could choose for your transportation into space. But Unesh and I greatly appreciate you choosing us. So if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.